This is Ben from Common Knives, and you're listening to the High Carbon Podcast.
Welcome to the High Carbon Podcast. It's a two-man show tonight, Pauli. Just me and you.
Just me and you. Us together. Getting it done, not like fucking Albert. Skipping a show, leaving some stuff in. Jesus.
Leaving us hanging. Maybe he'll edit himself in.
That would be so... yeah. Maybe.
So speaking of getting stuff done, I saw a cool post. You released one of your upgraded knife models with some cool G10 3-color handle scales on it. What's the changes? Tell us.
What's the changes? The overall profile of the blade changed. It got a little bit longer in the blade department. And for their listeners who don't know what I'm talking about, I had a bushcrafting knife. It's not like a bush, but it's like military service knife. It is around, I don't know, like 8 to 9 centimeters blade length. So a super universal knife that is called Varnas. And I'm doing a generational upgrade. So I'm doing, through the past 2 years, I accumulated enough feedback from people who are using it in way different conditions, that have different hand sizes, that use gloves, that don't use gloves. And I picked out the most important details. And I'm making now a generational upgrade. So it's basically the same knife, the same idea of the knife, but way better for actual users than it was before. It wasn't bad before, but it is now even better, or is becoming even better. So
is that from like user feedback or some changes that you felt and you wanted to make?
Just user feedback, purely user feedback. Oftentimes, not every week, but on Fridays, I like to allocate like 20 minutes of my time to do customer reviews. So I basically call my customers that had their knives for a couple of months and just say hi and ask what they did not like, what they liked, and any small details that they noticed. And I write it down. It's even better when people say that they are not fluent in the knife terminology, or they are a very basic user, because they give, they notice and they speak about stuff in more general talk, and you can just gather sometimes way more information. When people think that they know terminology, they tend to give you, these very concrete but maybe not valid ideas, and they even think about solutions, which is just another terrible thing. So then I collect the ideas, and you can see if there is something reoccurring, it's gold. And other things that are not reoccurring, I still need to sift through my own filters and think for myself. And I'm the last barrier, the last stop where the ideas get picked, if they are good or if they are bad. And I'm the one who's looking at the big picture of the knife. What is the main idea? Every decision has a drawbacks, also pluses, minuses, so you just try to paint a big picture of great qualities that are becoming even greater. So just purely user feedback in this time. And it sucks so much when people say it's perfect, and I tend to push them and say, find at least one fault, maybe something. Maybe we can go from packaging to the sheath itself, on the retention, on how is it feel in your hand when you do this movement, that movement. What about maintainability? Yada yada yada. What kind of sharpener are you using? Do you find it difficult, or is it more difficult than other knives that you own? And and what kind of work do you do? And it's I won't lie, it's hard sometimes to call people who live abroad, even in Europe, because they think I'm very appreciative that they pick up the phone, because it's easy to think that it is a scammer calling because they don't
Mm.
have my phone, you
Yeah.
know. But it's fun. It's fun. I called numerous times to Italy, to Austria, Germany, uh, to Czech Republic, and so on. So to go down the list, it is a longer blade length. um, I changed the tip geometry in 2D. If you look like it at the profile, I made it a little bit pointier, because people wanted it to be pointier, mostly military serving people.
Hmm.
uh, it goes well with this feature. They also wanted better finger protection, so I made the finger choil, I guess
Hmm.
this is how it's called, the
Yeah.
small bit of steel that comes down longer, a little bit longer. It is way noticeably longer. And with this, I also changed the front geometry of the handle to cover more of your fingers. So if you are trying to furiously stab your table in your workshop, your hand won't ever slip. And also, I changed the 3D geometry of the handle, so it's now more classical Coke bottle shape, because before it had only a dip at the hips. Now it has both hip dips and hips, and it is, of course, the dip at the top, so near your pointer finger. It is way uh, shallower, and the for your ring finger and your pinky finger, it is way deeper, and the radiuses are way different. And even they are not even if you would make them with a contact wheel, it would be a continuous radius. Now it is not like that. It has, again, through testing and experience and how it feels in the hand, using it multiple different grips, uh, I found the best curvature that kind of suits, a lot of stuff. And I also changed the 2D profile of the handle scales and the handle itself. But I think I got it at the first time really, really good. But I noticed that there were some inconsistencies in some radiuses where I needed to change out some contact wheels, which made it a little bit harder to manufacture. So I just evened them out without losing any noticeable, functionality. And
Hmm.
now it will be easier to manufacture. And some updates will be for the sheath. It will be very similar, yet different. In it will be a little bit wider. It will accommodate and possibly come maybe a little bit later come with um, Molly clips from my shop. I'm working on them to source them, but to get them, the sheath itself needs to be a little bit wider to accommodate the screws and the clip itself, because it would go over the 3D geometry of the plate mold, you know. So
Hmm.
then people can mount them on their loadouts, because that's another big deal for military serving people. And yeah, just the front geometry of the sheath will also change. Um, it will be now it's a little bit tiny bit fiddly to put in the knife in the sheath, and I wanted to go as simple as possible. It does not matter if you have the sheath on your hip. if you just easily drop in the knife, or you are trying to force it, and maybe you are forcing it not straight forward, but maybe with a little bit upwards or downwards pressure, or even a little bit twisted. I wanted to get it even more dump proof, so you don't have to fiddle around and don't even look at it.
Easier start into the sheath, and then it works its way into place.
Yeah, it's if you are twisting the knife, let's say you are trying to point it up or point it down, um, currently there could be issues. The tip could, just maybe scratch or jam into the sides of the sheath, and like the where the uh, pancake design is connected, not to the sides, the up and down of the sheath. So I want to get that removed, or at least minimized as possible. And this really has to, you have to play with the very front of the sheath. And also, I don't want it to make super open, because if you have a super open opening of the sheath, it's like basically a trough for, I don't know, if you are crawling through mud, it will just fucking accumulate all the mud, and you want it to keep it as nice as possible, not too much, not too little. So it's a lot of guesswork, testing, doing testing, and finding a happy medium, even happier medium than now.
So I have two questions. The first one I think is gonna be easy for you, but what does Varnas mean? Why did you name it the Varnas?
Crow in Lithuania.
Crow.
In Lithuanian. Yeah, Varnas.
Is that a theme through your knife names, or like an animal name or bird, or?
Interesting. The theme is easy, short Lithuanian names. Just names for anything. I have like the requirements are quite easy. It needs to have as few letters as possible. If it is possible, there shouldn't be any Lithuanian letters. And it should, and then the most important, it should kind of resonate with what is the knife about, or at least give the vibe of the animal, of the thing, of the place that it's called. So there needs to be an kind of, for me, an emotional connection. So that is why we have like my small scalpel is Angus, which is basically viper. And if you look at the design, the front, it's like a fang of a snake. It's very thin scalpel. It has the paracord that mimics the scales of the snake, and it also has a tail, and the shape itself kind of looks like snaky snake. So it works out. And the same with Varnas,
The second one I wanted to ask is about your review list, like where you do the callbacks and stuff. I think that's an awesome idea. Maybe better for people who are doing production knives like that, but I think anybody could use feedback like that from their customers. Do you make like a list when people buy the knife so that you get a certain amount of wait time between them? And like, I'm sure you probably have spreadsheets and stuff like that and map this all out if I know you. How do you go about like keeping how do you go about keeping an order with that, and like when it's time to call them?
I just when I want to call somebody, it's Friday. It's Friday then. So I just go to my web shop, scroll down in my orders. I see what people have ordered. They have it for some time, and I just give them a call.
Suspect.
Yeah. It just this one did not pick up. I call the next one, and it's just easy peasy. Don't overthink it. Some people don't actually have any feedback. Maybe somebody bought it as a gift and you did not know, so they don't have any feedback. And some people have very good feedback. I think I called, maybe he was Austrian or maybe German. He was a knife collector, he said. And he said to me, Paulius, this is the first time a knife maker have called me after he sold me a knife. This is the first time.
Yeah, I bet.
And I felt And it felt so good because he gave me, I wouldn't say, I don't want to say great feedback, as he just stroked my shaft. He gave me the positives. He gave me maybe one negative about the retention. He said he wanted it to be a little bit lighter, and he had an Angus blade, but with Angus blade, it's like some people want it stronger, other want it weaker, and it's this kind of game of trying to please everybody, but actually not, just making it for a purpose. And again, retention, what does it mean? Is it hard to put in the knife, or is it hard to pull out the knife? Because if it is hard to put in it, put it in, it could be numerous problems with, or issues with even the geometry of the handle, the bevels, or maybe the geometry of the opening of the sheath, and which is not the retention. So you have to just figure it out. You just have to listen to them, say thank you, and just go back to the drawing board and actually think about it, because they don't, you can ask detailed questions, but you won't get an answer that would be instantly actionable most of the time. And you have to just marinate it and think about it. Yeah. Do you call your clients, Keith? Because I haven't gotten a call ever from you.
Well, I have two of your knives. I don't have any calls from you either. So, no,
because you're not in the fucking books.
Why did I not make the books? I paid cash for it.
You pay cash for it, but it's only for online sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not getting a call from you. I buy them in person.
No,
that's all right. No, I think it's a great idea. Even if you don't get good feedback, it's nice to make the connection with the customer. Like you said, most people aren't expecting that, and then they feel like they have a connection. It's part of your story, blah blah blah. I think it's a great idea. I think more people should do that. And no, I don't just randomly call my customers, but I have talked to a lot of them on the phone, or at least a lot through emails and stuff like that, for people who want to do like we talked about now in the previous episode, bigger quantities or something, work on a price deal for them if they buy regularly, or bigger quantities or special size G10 and stuff like that, like we do with you and a few of the other customers. I think it's a lot of the stuff that we talk about or you hear on the podcast are going to be a little bit different situation with me, because I'm not directly selling them a knife, just the material for them to make the knife. So
oh, by the way, talking about material, you got the pink G10.
I got the pink G10. I would say more like bubblegum colored pink. I guess it's not really maybe it's not an easy color to make or something. I haven't really seen a great colored pink. I got it in the two liner sizes, 0.6 millimeter and your favorite 1.2 millimeter, and
fuck off,
and 6.5 millimeter scales.
Why would you get it? Like 6.5? I get it.
Because it's inches to millimeter. It's just a conversion thing.
Yeah, but it's so no. It's not like the sizes that you pick to buy. Why would you pick? And I think their audience, write in, but I think a liner should be 2 millimeters, maybe 2.5 millimeters. You don't need anything smaller, and you don't need anything way bigger, because it's basically a scale. Then after that, it's like 2 to 2.5 millimeters. It's perfect size.
The sizing thing is that's yeah. I mean, like it is just a conversion thing. I can get bigger, sure, but I think then, like you said, it becomes not really a liner anymore. It's more like a folder scale or something like that you put underneath it, and you ended up cutting. If it takes up more than half the handle thickness on one scale, then I think it looks kind of silly.
Yeah, that is why 2 millimeters is perfect.
Well, if 2 is good, then 1.2 is fine also. So many people write, you want 2, this guy says 1.2 is too much, he wants 0.8, is a 0.6 isn't enough. It goes back, that's what it is. I got those sizes. I already have like 20 colors and 15,000 different sizes. It's insane trying to keep up with it all, but it's fine.
This is your client review. you are getting client reviewed. You are get this size, get this size, get that
Yeah.
size.
And I tell them,
And this is what you have to deal with. Yeah,
go
the same with
somewhere else
me.
if you don't
No,
like it.
yeah,
No.
just fuck off. Thank you, Keith. Great customer service. And yet, I am continuing to buy from you. And yet,
Yeah,
continue to
see,
buy.
it works.
It's a good.
Sometimes you got to
Yeah,
stand
it
your
works.
ground. That was it. The new knife update. I'm sure you got the other models that you're working on too, probably.
What? Hey, oh, it's not finished. It's not. It's still like a
What do you mean
month
it's
of
not
work
finished?
left.
I
It's
thought
not
they were already
finished.
out. You had one up on Instagram. Was that just the prototype?
It's fucking old man. No. I have like a lot of cutout from steel. I have finished finalizing the milling texture on the handle. So I have the handle scale, I have the 3D shape, and I also have the milling, which will be cool, simple, yet the same as Varnas Gen 1, but a little bit different, improved, hot, cool. But I still have to nail down. I have to make CNC fixtures to make the handle scales on the production level. I have to make a separate CNC fixture to make one-off scales if people want wood, I don't know, whatever kind of obscure material. I also have to finalize the sheath design, which has it's so much R&D. I have only the ideas that I talked about, but it's not done. And then I have to make molds for vacuum forming, and I have to have multiples if I want to stamp out a lot of sheets. I need to make fixtures for my CNC for the sheets themselves, so I can cut it out, and that is it. So a lot of work still left. And also, wait. I also need fixtures for my laser so I can laser engrave the knives, multiple knives at a time. And I also need fixtures for the laser engraver for my sheets so I can laser engrave those because I'm doing, my logo on top of it. So I want to just, easy peasy, drop it down and just press the button. So it's a lot of work. You just saw the knife and you think it's done. You think it's
Of
that. You
course,
think it's that easy, right?
everybody thought it was done. Yeah, you just push the button. No, I thought you had it. You had it done because you weren't talking about it on the show the last time we asked because you weren't ready for it yet. And then you had the picture out on Instagram, so I thought you were ready to go with those. But it looks nice. I really like the 3-color G10 that you picked. I think that works really good with the knife.
I love it too, man.
Contours
it's so
and stuff.
good.
You bring out those layers.
And it's the G10 from you, and I think and I'm not glazing, but it's sick. It's sick. The colors are bright, they are nice, and I love that the layers are not too thin. Because if they are too thin, it kind of looks like way too synthetic, way too papery. But now it kind of looks like a mild topographical map if you see the 3D contours. And the color, I mean, it pops so much. I have also the orange one variant, but I like the green one way more. I love it.
Yeah, the 3 colors are a 2x2, so it's 2 layers of each color. And I was thinking about changing all my 2-color ones. Those are 1x1, so it's one of each color, one layer black, one layer orange, for example, and they repeat. But I was thinking of phasing those out and going to the 2 layers for everything when I do a multiple color, because I think, like you said, it brings out a little bit more depth. If you don't have a lot of contour in it, then you just get really, really fine lines. And I think the 2 layers make it pop a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I also got you haven't tried it yet, but or at least my favorite color from the G10 when you do them on your knives is that mustard color. And I got that in black and mustard, which I think would be cool.
Black and mustard? It's like a black liner?
No, it's 2 layers repeated through the whole thing. Black mustard, black
Wait,
mustard.
you have?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's not online yet. I have a piece cut out right now in test size, and I'm gonna do the little sanding contour and then get a picture of them, put them up online. But I have a couple sheets of it to try out.
How big are the sheets?
122 centimeters by 102 centimeters.
Perfect for my size. It's
Yeah, well,
like for one
that fit
scale,
on your machine.
they fit on my machine. I mean, but it it kind of looks like a bee, right? It's yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I like it more than the orange. I want to try it.
I like.
If I like, very nice. Wow, wow. I mean, I love how every fucking time we are two together at a show, I feel the pressure that you are going to turn this show into an interview where you just fucking ask me about my stuff, and you know that I will just talk. You know,
Well,
it's the same with
we
Frenchman.
gotta
Come
fill
on,
the time.
yeah, you are using me. You're fucking, and
Ah,
I'm letting it slide. I'm allowing you to use me. I'm like, I'm not
hey, I'm
even
not
mad,
using you.
but it's
I'm helping you
but
promote
I know.
yourself, and you don't even realize it.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so
Uh,
nice.
I would ramble on about my week, but it's going to be the same as it's been like the last few, like 3-4 weeks. Still getting ready for the knife shows, cutting, sanding, buffing blocks like crazy. I have so much wood like piled up, and the problem with the wood, at least the way that I do it when I put them online, is I take pictures of two sides and got to number the wood and then put them on the website, so that when people buy wood, it's not just like an example picture. You get something similar. You actually get the piece of wood that you're looking at. So it's a lot of work to put them all online. And I know I got the shows coming up and I want to take all the stuff with me. So I haven't like started taking pictures of shit because I don't want to do all that work and then sell them at the show and have to take them all down and like lose that. So
Mm.
all the wood that I got is stacking up. I got probably like 600 to 800 blocks like ready to go. And I think I have so much and I don't want to take pictures. I'm just going to do like some crazy sale at the knife show Solingen where every piece of wood is exactly the same price. I'm not going to tell you the price yet, but it's going to be a great
No.
deal and all kinds of crazy wood for one price, just easier. And I want to get rid of everything and I'll start over again when I get back home.
Oh wow. Oh, that's a smart idea.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. And yeah, I think it'll be good for sales and people can get a super deal on some exotic woods and all kinds of stuff. It's not just the regular Carolinian birch stuff. I got a bunch of stuff.
mm, Karelian. But you are stabilizing everything in house, or are they some of them are outsourced?
Some of them are stabilized already from the places where I get them from, but I got like 300 blocks stabilized from Fabian Shell. So those are probably my favorite ones, the Amboina, especially when you get a lot of that redwood in the middle and stuff. They look crazy.
Ooh,
So
ooh,
it's
I
quite
would
a
love to
mix.
try that one out.
Ben Camone
And
just put a
bueno,
picture
I
up
mean,
recently that he did with the first block that I did for a test. I sent him one. It was red and some black in it, which I don't have a whole lot of those. But when you get the dark pieces in the Amboina, they look really cool. It's like a dark smoky gray and the red mixed into it. And it came out pretty cool.
it's with the polished handle, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
I think
It
it's on
looks sick.
Eating Tools for sale. Yeah, and I've been making ribbon burners. I got the ribbon burner jig and the vibration table and all that crap set up. But I want to make it bigger. Right now, I can only do 2 at a time, and they need to sit in there for like 2 days to cure before I can take them out and start another set. So I think I'm gonna make a bigger table. I don't know, at least 4, maybe 6 or something. Depends on how much room I can get. They make a mess when you get the vibrating table on and water and shit splashes everywhere. It's kind of a messy situation.
Sounds so sexual.
Yeah.
But are you making them to order, or do you want them to be in stock?
No, I have too much stuff that I do already by myself with like the file guide and the scramper tool and all the extra stuff that I'll make or at least finish to completion before I sell. That I like to do
Hammers.
like get a big batch, yeah, get a batch of them going and then move on to the next one. And it just keeps going in rotation. By the time I finish one thing, it's time to get another batch of, like you said, like hammers or something else going. So
Mm.
if I did them to order, it would be too much. I don't want to make like the waiting time. I like to ship within at least a day or two when somebody orders. So anything that I got online is in stock already and ready to go. I have just so much stuff
And the
that's
ship.
not online either. I need to get some more time. I need to go like full time soon. I can't wait for July.
It's
So
so soon. Yeah,
yeah, it's coming.
it's
It's coming quick.
start of July, or is it like
July 1st. Yep.
Oh, so nice. So nice. So, will you when did you start knife material? Was it like how many years ago?
2019.
Oh, wow. You started after I started knife making.
That time I was already only doing G10. That was like the first thing I did was order a huge, I think it was like 800 kilos or something, a G10. And I only had G10 on for a while, for maybe the first year. And then I started slowly adding stuff. And after like 2 years, I made the decision that, or this is what like the topic I wanted to ask. Albert's not here, but we can still do it. After 2 years into the knife shop and selling the G10 and stuff, and slowly adding wood and all that crap, I made a goal for myself to make that I wanted to go full time within 5 years. So I think I'm gonna go just over by a couple of months, but it was pretty close. And we talked at Christmas time about the things that we had done over the past year. But I think another important thing is like goals that you set for the future. Not like a goal like I want to get I don't know, I need a second grinder or something. But some big goals or plans that you have maybe for your business in the future that you set to yourself and work towards. Is there anything like that you have in mind that maybe seems like it's far away or not obtainable, but you need to set them and move towards something, right? Something big.
Mm.
Do you have
Mhm.
any plans like
Mhm.
that?
Oh, of course. My plan is to buy a second mini hell kiln. Kilns. Yes, of course, dear audience, I'm using Keith's question just to do an ad read. This show is sponsored by minihell.eu because they got the next kiln for you. I've talked with Baltazar about renewing his contract with us for the next year. Hopefully, he comes back with good news. Boys and girls, just go and buy another kiln. Support us, support him, support the great show. And most importantly, you will get a wonderful kiln that can come with different controllers. A super simple one, where you just press the buttons, and it's done. You set the temperature and you press OK. And another super advanced one, which you can control with your phone and do some very fancy stuff with some holding times, ramp ups. I have no idea. Maybe it's a down ramp. What's the opposite of a ramp? I don't know. So yeah,
Slope.
you can pick and choose from two. A slope. Yeah, you can do a temperature slope. Apparently. And fucking slope. And yeah, so yeah, just go to minihell.eu and at the checkout, don't forget to use carbon 5, and it's the number 5. So carbon and the number 5, you can save 5% at an already inexpensive purchase and a super high quality kiln. And while you are on the website at minihell.eu, you can also buy heat treatment racks and heat treatment foil. And yeah, and if you don't find anything that suits your size, just shoot a message to Baltazar on his email that is on the website or in his Instagram, and he might work something out and make something super custom. So thank you, minihell.eu. And now back to the show. Goals, my man. Um, I got like a few years back, like a year back, I did have some goals. I had like you some pretty big goals that I wanted to achieve, but sadly I kind of achieved those and a little bit more last year. So it was
Sadly.
a
No,
really
that's good.
yeah, that's good. That's good. But sadly, because maybe they weren't that big or that high, or I don't know. I'm more of a like the goals in my mind should be set in a I like vague goals. I don't like very concrete goals because in concreteness you can lose your the vision of things that are happening around you. It's more like a course, and you can pick your course, but if you don't know how wind will blow, you can only set the sails, and you can maybe not go in a straight line, but you reach the general direction. So I like to, but I'm thinking about this more of a where I want my business to be in a sense of how the manufacturing end. would look like, and how would I like the business end to look like. And for me, it's more working with distribution, working with distributors, doing some personal marketing in my local market, which is Lithuania. So becoming a brand name, a household name, and becoming just recognizable, which I'm taking concrete steps, and this includes showing your face and being that guy when people talk about knives. Oh, there is this guy with funny mustache and a goatee or something, looks like a fucking like something from a Disney
Like a
cartoon,
spy
like
movie.
fucking villain. Yeah. Ho, ho, ho. I was waiting for you, Mr. Bond. But so yeah, exactly. So so I have those big goals, and then they kind of affect my decisions in a sense when an opportunity arises and I am doubting if I want to take this opportunity, if I want to do this, if I want to develop this model or do this video or go do this interview or this article or deal with this distributor. Then what I do, I go into my mind, I and I think about what the person, Paulus in the future, 5 years ahead, maybe 1 year ahead, would need to do in that place, what he would do, what a person that is owning this company would do. And then I think, yeah, he would probably go on the radio. He would definitely go. He would represent the brand. He would do that. He would do this. He would deal with this distributor in that manner or another manner. So it's basically, it's kind of trickling down the effects of the goals. And I'm not very keen on setting very strict financial goals, very strict sales goals, let's say mailing list, subscriber list, or follow number or subscriber number. I think it's kind of arbitrary, because if a very good, let's say you have a monetary goal where you want to have X amount cash in your bank, right, in the business. And what if near the end of the year comes a big order, big contract, where you need to order a shit ton of material, which would kind of a little bit, take a hit to your bank account? You would say, fuck the goal, right? Because you are spending all that money for the future, and, it will bring even more. So it's kind of, it, for me at least, it would bring rigidity, which I don't want. And also, if I know that the goal is kind of arbitrary, then it means really nothing. A concrete number then means nothing to me if I can change it. So I'm kind of staying away from it. Does this make sense?
Yeah, but that's the thing with the goals. Some of the, goals are always moving, or what you're moving towards is always changing depending on the cash flow that you have, or the amount of orders. Or, I mean, you're only one person, so you have lots of different steps along your process of knife making, where it takes time and money for you to invest in order to get to that goal. And like, especially for me right now, the biggest example for me is buying my new company car before I start. It's a lot of money to put up front, and it takes away from the amount of like the materials and stuff that I can purchase. I hate owing money, so I don't want to have to take out a car loan for it. So that was my goal, to be able to order the car and pay cash for it and keep the cash flow in the business moving as much as I can, keeping up with the material that I already have at least. And when the car thing's all set and done, then the rest of the money that's available will go back into getting new products out and expanding the collection and stuff like that. But these big investments like really take a hit on you, and especially for you, there's things that you could probably do to give yourself more time to get the model out quicker. Like, I don't know, taking your Kydex sheaths to a place that does them. There's a company in the Netherlands, Kydex NL, that does awesome Kydex work. Is that something that you would, like, maybe in the future be willing to do, or do you want to be able to do every step yourself in-house?
I'm going by lean principles, and I would love to do it in house. And uh, I think I have better control, less issues, and yeah, I just can get a better result for what I want. There is less R&D, and I don't really believe in um, at least most of the times. It really depends in this case on scale, but I think outsourcing, unless it's something really simple that needs a complex mechanism, let's say a part that needs to be turned on a CNC lathe, right? A
Hmm.
very simple part, but you need a very complicated machine.
Yeah.
And also the part is very easy to do quality assurance. Then I think it is okay. But if you are doing something more complex like a sheath, in my mind, it brings only more waste to your business, because you need then to do first, you need to do R&D, very difficult R&D. Your work needs to be very consistent, which it is, but up to a point where the steel thicknesses plays a role. Different
Hmm.
materials machine differently, and they can, some are very soft, some are very hard, and I want maybe to have the means to be able to adjust the retention and still to have the click there, because if you are using rubber washers, you don't get the very satisfying, you just
Yeah.
get it's way different, and I am not going for that feeling. um uh so it gives me more flexibility, yet I have to own from start to finish this process. And I think if you are then after R&D, you have to do bigger batches, right, to make it to make it make sense. Because let's say we are shipping stuff or getting stuff from Netherlands, then the person or the company needs to take your workload into account. So you need to do pre-planning. Let's say you ordered 300 sheets and it takes them X amount of time to make them. And you need to pre-plan on how many sheets, when they are left, I will put in the next order. So I have enough time for
Yeah.
them to finish that order, because they will definitely have a waiting time. People take vacations. Maybe there will be a different CNC operator which needs to get familiar with your work and to do that job properly. And then after that, you have a big capital and time investment into those sheets in a process that you do not control. And when you get them back, you get, let's say, 300 sheets. You need to do quality assurance instantly on all of them.
Yeah.
You need to double check, triple check. And if you have any bad parts, and you will definitely have bad parts, it does not matter how, the standards for people for quality, even if you lay them out directly, even for Kydex, it's such a field thing. You will have rejects, so you have even a smaller bucket than 300, right? Maybe let's say 260. So you have 40 bad ones, then you need to ship them back. They need to redo it, or you have a smaller amount. You have cash locked into that. And if you want to do a change of model shape, do a generational update, then you have to take it into account. Well, I have 150 sheets still, so I cannot make an update to the blade profile of it because it's
Yeah.
already molded. And then I need to do another cutout of blades from sheet steel. And just it adds such big complexity in these complex parts when they are being made, that I think it is not worth it. And I think even if they would be half the price that I am making them, one third of the price that I am making them, I don't think that I would consider, because I value the flexibility and being agile in this business a lot. So I can just update, make it something better, make it better again. And when I settle down for, like, this generation will last 5 years, then maybe I will consider it.
40 rejects out of 300 sounds pretty high. You have little faith in other companies, but you're also
I
with that kind of thinking, you're also like limit at some point you're gonna hit like the maximum output of knives you can do. And you talked before about maybe getting an employee or something in the future.
Hmm?
There's a
So
lot of
the
contradicting stuff here. What are we doing? Are you gonna get an employee? You're gonna
is
be
it
able to trust somebody else to work for you, or
100%, 100%. But look, it is way easier to trust your own employee than somebody in another country, in another company that have different standards for their quality. Even if you lay them out,
that's like an employee that you don't have to pay Christmas pay, summer vacation pay to. You don't have to get insurance for them. If you get a supplier or somebody that's making these Kydex sheets for you that you can trust and you start working with over time, it's going to be cheaper than an employee.
you can fucking trust nobody. You cannot even trust yourself. Look, today I sneezed and I pulled a muscle. I cannot even trust myself. It's fine. It's fine. And if you have an employee, yeah, it is more cost, right? The employee can leave. Yeah. So the company also can say we are not taking this work because it is not profitable for us, right? If they have another CNC operator at the outsourcing company, maybe he does a worse job. Maybe in this batch you have a chattery edge of the kydex. Maybe it's not up to your standard. What do you do then? You are in big poo poo then. If you are caught in the blizzard without your pants, you cannot make your own sheets, and you are relying on that company to send in you the sheets, and they are already backlogged, and they did not take into account that these will be rejects because they've never been rejects except when the new guy started. So how is it better than having your own employee, having your own process where you can make the product, you are there, and you can just, you can trust your own employee, but you need to check them. You need to check their work, and it is way easier and quicker just to show them, then you have the sheet in your hand, you can show, you can let them hear, you can have two, which is one is bad, which one is good, and you can clearly show them. And what is the solution with the outsourcing? You need to fly out, solve a problem, show them quality, and then they will make something that you did not think about that they could make wrong. And what do you do then? Fly out or try communicating, which might take a lot of time. Maybe they did the whole batch with this issue, and then they need to fix the mistake. And maybe they don't want to take it like pro bono. Maybe you need to pay a little bit more, because they say it wasn't communicated well enough. And if I want to, if I want to grow my own output, then I just have an employee and I teach them, show them how it's made.
I think when this episode comes out, our listeners should write in what they think about it. I'd like to hear what everybody's opinions are. I think these are perfect examples of like why going to knife shows are like really good for finding distributors and companies that you can work with. You can talk with them in person. You can show them the process or the sheaths, a finished sheath of what you're expecting it to look like, and work with them from there. I think if you were going to outsource any of your stuff, that the sheath would be a perfect example for you, to a way to save money and time. If you can find the right company, and I don't think that it's as much. I don't think you're gonna out of 300 you're getting 40 rejects.
Yeah, it was an example, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Don't think it too much. But Keith, you don't fucking know me. The first thing that I would outsource is machining of the profile and the bevels. Definitely, 100%. Outsourcing it so hard. I'm like the first thing that I'm gonna kick through the door, and then it's easy peasy. I can machine my own handles. I can make different kind of materials. Maybe some G10, maybe micarta, maybe wood, maybe yada yada yada. The bevels and the profile on the blade, they stay consistent. They stay the same, and there will be still rejects. maybe there was a little bit chatter, maybe one edge is a little bit burnt, maybe I don't know, the edge thickness is wrong.
Do you get
But
rejects in that process, making them yourself, or I'm sure you do at some
yeah.
point? But is that like
Hmm?
a high number of rejects? Like if you made what's your normal batch if you're cutting out all your profiles and everything at home?
Normal batch, I say around 70.
So out of the 70, how many aren't making it through?
No idea. I was calculating how much rejects in total I have, and it was something between 1 and 2%.
And those are, at least for the way that you do your knives, because they're not all like one at a time, and they fit into the same sheath and all that stuff. Those are for you like no good. You can't really do anything with them because they won't fit your sheath
Yes.
design. They
Yes.
won't fit your CNC handle design. They won't. They're just trash.
It is encapsulating all of my process. Could be a sheath, could be a handle scale, could be a blade profile, bevels. Maybe I did something in the sharpening. It's a unfixable mistake, so it's a total reject. You cannot rework it. You cannot fix it with a okay time frame. In like less time that it would make that I would make another good one, right? So if I make a mistake in machining a handle scale, and it's a severe mistake, and it will take longer than machining new handle scales, then it's a total reject, and I just machine new handle scale. So it's
And
around 1 to 2%.
I lost you. I was looking through Instagram to see if you could get the name of the scalpel that you have, the Agnes, if you could fit any of your rejects into that. But then you have like the drilled like spots for the scales and stuff. They wouldn't match up with that knife either.
Fuck
They
it.
use the
I'm
steel.
not. It goes to the trash. I don't care. It's if it's not worth my time. It's
Yeah.
not worth my time. Yeah. And if I do something stupid, if I, let's say, sharpening the knife and I burn the edge, it's done. It's done. It's totally finished knife. It goes into the trash bin. Trash bin. What should I do? Make something that I'm not making knives that are salvaged. These are not. I'm not putting too much effort into salvaging it.
Mhm.
It's not. I did the calculations in my head, and I think I'm correct. It's just easier to do another one. And if let's go with your hypothetical. Let's say I fuck up my Varnas blade, right? And you would say just make an Angus, right? From it, just it fits inside it.
Yeah.
But first of all, it's 3.5 millimeters thick. My Angus is 2.5 millimeters thick. The Varnas is already hardened. Then maybe I should anneal it, stainless,
No,
pain
it
in the
doesn't make
ass.
sense.
Then do thickness grinding. It makes zero freaking sense to do it. You just eat up your own mistakes. You feel bad, but then you go make another one. My job is to make another one.
I think you should send all those to me. I can sell them as blanks.
I would like, but they are, but they have like fucked up bevels and shit like that. I can put the knife material.at logo on it, not the
Yeah.
Baltic Blades one, but it's so little. It's like 1 to 2%. I have like they can fit into like a one magnetic stand holder. All of the rejects that I have. Handle scales way more. Well, in number because it's 2 scales, and I just make a little bit of a surplus, so I have more rejects.
Those all probably come from like tooling variations and stuff like that, or a little movement on the jig. Or
Yeah, you're totally right. Or even the material itself bending, because let's say you machine the handle scale and it kind of cups, so there is the sides are higher than the middle, so you need to sand it flat to make it nicely fit the tang of the blade, then you are removing thickness. If you are removing too much thickness, the sheath won't hold. It won't be perfect. And if you make one-off sheath for that handle scale, again, more work, way more work. And what if the person loses the sheath and it's a one-off? Then they need to send in the knife. Then you need to repeat the same inefficient shit that you've done before. But now all of the sheets fit all of the same model knife. And I just yesterday got a message from a gentleman from Finland that he lost his sheath and he would like to buy another one, which is easy peasy. Just drop it in a box and you send it out.
People can do that for your older models too. Now that you have the new Varnas, you have the old model files, obviously, on your computer somewhere. You can still make a replacement sheets for those older models.
Yeah. Active development of the model has stopped. It's only like support. So if you fuck up the blade, I won't make you another one. Maybe probably I will make. Then you have to buy the new generation. But if you lose a handle scale, maybe it breaks, maybe you need some, I don't know, spare parts, the sheath, whatever, I can make it. I have all the molds, I have all the CNC files, everything is archived and just put to so I can take care of my customers. A harder transition was when I transitioned from 3mm Angus to 2.5. So you have to note a specific serial number and then just constantly, just go back and look at it if somebody needs a sheath. So you have to actually, it's the same shape of the sheath, just the blade thickness that fits it. Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit pain in the ass, but I think in the end it yields a better product going with 2.5 millimeters. Just a very, very fine edge, and it feels like, just a true scalpel in the hand. It's just 0.5 millimeter, but it makes all the difference.
No, I was thinking earlier when you were talking about people in like little differences in the handle shape or the finger choil or stuff like that, and some people wanted a heavy duty knife, and if it would make sense for you to make like some of the companies make a thicker steel version, but it changes so much stuff. You just like one thing after the other goes down the line. You have to change the sheath, you have to change the screw lengths, you have to change so much crap.
Yeah. Yes, you are totally correct. But to some extent it is possible, but yet you have to do different sets of molds for the sheaths. And I use tubes and 2 screws in my handle scales, so it would be possible for me to order a little bit longer tubes, steel tubes, so maybe it would fit. But yet again, I would then just develop a totally different model that is of a thicker thickness stock, and just with the idea of being, like a K-bar BK2, just a thick boy, which I love. I love the idea. I just was thinking about it today. I want to make something similar.
I have one of those things. It's a beast. I never use it, but it's a beast.
Yeah. It's just, when you hold it in your hand, it's such a joy. It's a thick knife. It's chunky. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Did you get any feedback from our listeners? Do we have some new hot takes? Do you want to do them without Albert, or should we wait?
Because Albert is not here, maybe we can do. I think. Look, I was thinking about this. First of all, dear listeners, these are not regular hot takes. We are not just saying, opinions that are, aggressive and gets people mad. The bit is that you send in your hot take, which can be freaking nuclear, anonymity guaranteed, and the bit is that I present it as my own. And I was thinking about it, and this is like the best thing ever. This is the I can eat my cake and have it too, right? Because I get to say fucking unhinged shit on this show, and it is not from me, but I am actually defending as my own. So you cannot cancel me because this is not my opinion, but I am defending it as my own, and I get to say it. So
It's some people seem to. I mean, there was a little talk on another podcast. Some people maybe are not paying attention too much when maybe they're working and they just got their headphones on and they're doing something at the same time. And I think a few people over the last few shows might actually think this is your opinion or that we are shitting on somebody's style or whatever. But, but I think they missed a little bit of the bit. So it's good explanation. At some point, maybe people will start to get it. But
yeah,
it makes for a cool
well,
discussion.
yeah, some people got it, and they are really trying to get me say wild shit, which is funny, which is I asked for. And some people don't even understand what a hot take is, and some just say a correct opinion which is said in a rude manner, right? That is not a hot take. It should be controversial. It should be creating a buzz. It should be lacking nuance, be radical, and yet have some truth in it. That would be a good hot take. But just saying, I talked with our listeners. I said, these are mild, these are not, but I will say it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't send in your correct opinions. Don't send in hot takes. So, Keith, would you like to do
Let's do one. Give us an example.
An unhinged one, a super unhinged one, or a okay one?
Let's go middle of the road. Let's do an okay one and save the rest for when Albert gets here.
Okay one. Okay. So there's not a lot. There is not a lot from okay ones, but and I also have a Damascus one, but I will keep it when Albert is back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. Okay. Volumia cures all is a dangerous mindset. Scaling without accurate number, profit margins, expenses, etc., is a recipe for disaster. It is very, very easy to make knives at a loss once you factor in all your hidden expenses. And this is clearly a callback to the last episode of Hustle and Grind. When you are listening to this, it has been second to last with TH Blades, I think, where they said that volume cures all. Yeah. So, yeah, it's, yeah. What do you think about it?
So you're saying making things in high numbers is the best way to go? Cheaper price, selling for a cheaper price?
No. It says, I'm saying that it's a dangerous mindset, that scaling without an accurate number, that you don't have like a clear defined spreadsheet with your hidden expenses, profit margins. It is very dangerous, because if you say I'm not making a profit, or I'm making a very small profit, and you say just fuck it, let's scale it, then you are even in a bigger disaster than you were before, because you have now to do big numbers, you have big investments, you have large sums of money being invested, and you have to do a lot of work, a lot of rejects sometimes, problems, and then it's even harder to make the same profit that you calculated, which was low or non-existent before. So you shouldn't think that volume cures all, but rather having processes and calculating your costs.
From the knife maker's point of view, I can only speculate, but I would probably say as a knife maker that probably is more true than it is for me on the material sides. I do have a few things like that that I make a very low profit on, and probably break even or even a small loss if somebody orders like just that one product. Like I get some people that order just like one thing for 10 or 15 euros, and the shipping's like, if it's going to Germany, is 12 euros. So they're paying almost double to get this thing. I have to pay for my time, the shipping label, the box, the packaging, driving to the store, and I probably make a small loss if somebody just buys that one piece. But the things that I have like that are really small margin are like brands or things from the US or something that has a bigger name that's probably more of an advertising thing for me. So it will draw people to the site. That's the reason why I have things like that I would need to sell them in higher numbers like that in order to make something off of them. So I don't really look at those as a loss, more as like advertising for me. But as a knife maker, I can see where that can be a problem for sure. Yeah, because there's so many steps along the way where you can make a mistake, or like you said, if you outsourcing something and you get like 40 rejects or whatever, like you said, then you're already at a loss, and you put a shitload of time in it, and it's just not worth it.
When you were talking, I remembered a very similar thing that happened to me. I have Baltic Burnish Divax on my website, and I
Yeah.
have these small cans that are like
Mm-hmm.
€9 each, I think, or something like that. And a guy from Canada ordered one. He paid like 25 or 35 euros for fast shipping
Yeah.
for a nine
That's
euro
stupid.
product,
Yeah.
and I have to do the packaging. Like for the €9, like the €9 is not what I earn. It's like it's the income,
Right.
but not the profit. Then I
Exactly.
have
Yeah.
to do the packaging. I have to send it out, to order the to make the papers correct when it's going through the border.
Mm-hmm.
I have also to get a separate invoice from my shipping company, which then needs to be filed with my accountant, and she is calculating every invoice as a job that
Right. Yeah.
that she is getting paid, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
kind of is almost close to a loss, maybe a very very small, very negligibly small
Exactly. Yeah.
profit on my
Yeah.
end,
Yeah.
and totally not worth. No, it's not a profit. It's not worth my time. All the packaging and
Right.
all the dealing is it's totally not worth. It's a loss, definitely a loss. Yeah. So if I would have to send out these one by one to hundreds, thousands of clients, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
That would be a terrible business. And volume would only make it worse and worse and worse. Going from 100 to 10,000 would be terrible business model.
I think another good example for that, or, for people who are selling stuff like on Amazon or something like that. The Amazon thing is absolutely insane. Like I looked into that when I maybe like the second year into the business. You have to. There's so much charges and so many people taking a cut of your money along the way. It's so not worth it. You have to pay, like you have to have all your stuff like ready and labeled with a barcode so that they can just drop it in a box. You have to pay for like the square footage of storage in an Amazon haul to have them like keep your stuff, and they can immediately like just take returns for no reason whatsoever, and you eat all that stuff. um, I don't know how people can sell and do make money on Amazon like that, just thinking that you're going to sell in volume with that name. Sure, I'm sure that they sell in volume, but at the end of the day, you're making so little of a profit that you actually get to keep yourself. It's so not worth it.
Well,
And like
and this is
think
and it,
uh,
leave it in, Albert.
T- Timu's starting to jump in this right now. I think they're losing so much business in the U.S. Like I get stuff for Timu writing me all the time to ask them to be like a partner and sell on them. They have something right now.
Mm,
They've been doing it for a long time, but I don't know if people are aware of it. Where you can like go. I don't know if Timu does it, but some of the other Chinese things do it, where you can go online and actually from their website order locally. So somehow they are skipping like through this whole import tax fee thing, and they have you're buying from Temu or Alibaba or whatever those all those Chinese things, but the main hall where they're shipping from is in Germany, and you get it at the same price that you would if you were buying it from the Chinese manufacturer, which to me sounds like somehow they're cutting out the import fees by getting them
mm.
to ship out of Germany. So I don't know how they're getting all these products in, or if they just sell them for like cents of something. I have no idea. I think it's that this stuff is so cheap. I had a guy write to me last
Yeah.
week to ask about my file guides, if I make them myself, and I wrote back that I made it myself, and he's like, "Perfect, I'm gonna order it." And it was like, "Cha-ching!" The order went through immediately, and he wrote back, and he's like, I just want to tell you, I think that you should add on there that that you make them yourself, or that they're made in Austria, because there's so much like junk out there, and people are like sick and tired of buying crap and then having to rebuy it a month later from coming from
Mm.
overseas. And So I just added it on there today. I went through a couple of things that I make and put the Made in Austria label on the pictures. I thought it was a good idea that I didn't think of before. But
Yeah, right. I wouldn't have thought about that too.
yeah,
I mean, but it makes perfect sense. And I have no idea how much stuff you are actually making in house. You know.
hmm
Um, so yeah, it's and this is a great feedback from the customer, right?
yeah,
Again,
yeah,
customer review, involuntary, but he gave you a great pointer, and it's totally worth listening to your customers. And I
for
think
sure.
this topic itself is kind of relating with what we talked before, right? About outsourcing stuff and doing volume, and sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not, and it really depends on the part that you are making.
That's right.
Wanna do another one?
Do you? It sounds like you do. Go for it.
I do. But can we do a spicy one?
All right, let's do a
Let's.
spicy one. First, I want to remind all of our listeners, for our Patreon members, we will pick the winner of the knife soling tickets. We're giving away weekend passes to any of our paid Patreon members. If you want to become a member, you can look us up on patreon.com under the High Carbon Podcast. I think it's the cheapest ones, €1 a month, and you can help keep the podcast going. And we will do things like this every once in a while. We're going to give away tickets to the knife show. We have t-shirts online you can pick up from the High Carbon Podcast. And I've been thinking about making hats. I got a picture out there, I think, on our website. I'm a hat wearer. I have them all the time, and I think the logo fits on there pretty cool. So maybe I'll make some hats and bring them to Knife Show Austria. I know Albert's a hat wearer. Do you ever wear hats, Pauli?
No, my head is too big. My head is like a cabbage. It does
can
not
get 'em.
fit. It no head fit.
I can get him
Yeah, but
watermelon
like,
sizes.
yo, Keith. But tell me, why? In my mind, wearing hats all the time, especially with the ones with like the sun blocker. I don't know how do you call it.
The little mesh things.
It's such an American thing, isn't it?
I couldn't tell you. I can't remember when I didn't wear a hat. I wore when I was in school growing up. We were allowed to, and after I graduated, they stopped. Like you weren't allowed to wear hats in school anymore. It was a good way to just fold
Why
the
would you
brim,
wear
pull
a
the
hat?
hat down, and sleep in class.
Brim, the brim.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, why would you wear a hat? I mean, do you wear hats in restaurants?
All the time. If I could wear it while I was sleeping, I would.
Fucking animal. Fucking animal. Why? I mean, if it is a comfy, like wintry hat, keeps your head warm, makes kind of sense. You are just comfy. But wearing a brim hat, the fuck? Is it just me? The listeners, write to Baltic Blades. Am I crazy? Is it just an American thing for me that, wearing such baseball caps or whatever all the time everywhere is
The hat
just
is
an
great.
American
It
thing?
keeps the sun out of your eyes. If you're in the shop, you can put the pencil up next to your ear in between the hat or your marker or whatever. You don't have to mess with your hair. I don't know. It's great.
Mm.
There's definitely
I love
more
messing with my
non-hat
hair.
wearers than hat wearers, so I think you're gonna win that one for sure. But
Yeah, but my question is it like stereotypical for Americans? Because for me, it kind of is. It's on the same level as wearing shoes in the house. The fuck? Again,
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, take off the shoes. You take off the shoes. I
It's
mean,
easy. Yeah,
it's easy.
I'm on the
Yeah,
take
it's
off
not
the
that bad.
shoes thing, but in the
Yeah.
U.S., definitely people just wear them all the time. And carpets, like I don't know,
Yeah.
from being here for 20 years, when I go home and if you like stay at a hotel or something, and there's carpets, I'm like, that's fucking disgusting. Like these carpets are like 20 years old. How many people like so much shit in the carpet, and it's gross. Yeah, that's why you would want to keep your
Yeah.
shoes on. But
Okay, so the hot take, and I will.
yeah,
Okay, uh, commuting with bikes is retarded. Work harder and buy a car.
that sounds like
And
a little hit on me.
yeah, exactly. but but the person, and I'm reading as they are written to me. I'm not
Yeah,
changing shit. And this person wrote commuting. Connecting with
Connecting?
bikes is retarded. Yeah. Maybe he was a little bit drunk.
No.
I
Listen,
mean, he sent
I
me a
feel your
bunch of
pain.
it.
You guys are in the chats with me all the time. I write the same shit like that all the time. Half of it's spell check, half of it's because I'm retarded and don't know how to spell. And I got two different languages of spell check on my phone and fat ass fingers. The biggest thing for me is spacebar becomes a period for me all the time because I hit the wrong button with my sausage fingers. The hot take.
I think in our group chat, Albert takes a lot of pride in correcting you because he's
Yes.
correcting you in your native language.
Yeah.
It's
Camon does
kind
it
of
too. I don't care. Correct me if you like. It's fine. I got better stuff to do.
yeah. About the hot take.
The hot take. I don't know. I guess it depends on where you are. If you were like in the city somewhere, why not? It's fast. It's good for you in the summertime. It's like physical fitness. You can get to where you want to be sometimes a lot quicker, especially now with the electric bikes, stuff like that. I do it right now. I've been doing it for a year. It works out. I don't know. I don't think it's bad. It's good for the environment.
How much time of this fitness is left for you?
July.
Oh,
4 months.
nice.
Yeah.
It will be July will be a month to celebrate for you. Going full time and driving cars again. I thought about this hot take, and I think as a true car driver, I think it really resonates with me. It does not matter if I am driving a car, if I am driving a bicycle, if I am walking on foot. The one thing that I hate the most are other people driving bicycles. So it would be way better in life if all people would drive cars.
So you, as a car driver, you mean you hate bicycles just being like in the way on the road, like doing whatever the hell they want, driving against traffic and all that shit? That's what you mean?
Exactly. Driving against traffic, you would not believe how many I've met those. And it's like, yeah, look, pedestrians, when they walk against the traffic, let's say there is no, like it's a small village, there is no sidewalk, you just have to walk alongside the road. And when people walk the wrong side of the road, it fucking bugs me. But when there is a bicycle driving towards you, it's another level. It's another level. And when they are driving on the road, I say, ooh, role playing, I'm a car, I'm participating in this, traveling activity. They don't fucking show turning signals as they're supposed to. I mean, fuck them. When I used to have an old diesel, I would just slowly overtake them and then fucking floor it.
all the black smoke blowing out of the back of your old car.
You bitch. Drop down the gear, put it into second, and just go to all the not reliable Volvo, which is shit smoke, and enjoy it. Enjoy your exercise. Enjoy it. Enjoy the planet that you are saving it. Fuck, I spit on it.
Did you just spit on your own floor?
Don't tell me what to do.
No, I feel you. Driving cars, that's like the worst, like road rage trigger. Seeing like a group of 5 bicyclists fucking taking up the whole road. They never move out of the way. Somebody walking, at least they like step off onto the grass to the side of the road when somebody's coming by because they don't want to get killed. The bike just doesn't care. They think they can do whatever they want.
It's like, look, I don't have anything against bicycles driving the bicycle lane or bicycle roads. It's fine. And I share the frustration of the bicycle bros when people are just fucking walking on the bicycle roads.
Yeah.
It's, it's fucking retarded. Then, if I would drive a bicycle on bicycle roads, I would hate people. Just pedestrians.
Exactly. That's exactly how it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think, it's this hot take is kind of valid, but it's not like I don't believe that work harder, buy a car. It's some people choose, they have the option, they have a car, but they choose for, as you mentioned, for longevity, for other reasons, for sometimes it's just fun. But fuck bicyclists.
Fuck him. In like 4 months, fuck him. For right now, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, for you? No, you have the exception, Keith.
But I'm gonna put a bike rack in my van. Keep it in there.
Ooh.
Just in case,
If
I need to ride my bike home.
Just Oh, makes sense. Will it be like on the back doors or it will be on top?
Oh, hell no. I'm not advertising that I'm driving around with a bike. Put it on top. So, next week, Albert will be back. It should be the week that we have a guest. But if Albert's really going to be back, I think he had something he wanted to talk about. Maybe we'll do another 3-man show. And then I guess the week after that, we'll see. It's all in Albert's hands.
I hope he delivers. I think he did he teased us with this topic. He was very fired up, but maybe he will do the same as he did this week. 2 hours until the show. Hey guys, I won't come, as I told you a week before. No, you didn't.
I think he was still at the range shooting clays.
A house, B house, A house.
12 euros, 13 euros, 24 euros.
I just fired 1,200 euros worth of shells. Bring some more. I can't see shit. I might be facing the other way.
All right, ladies. That's a wrap. We will talk to you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye for now. Tschüss. Wiedersehen. Apfelstrudel.
Respect the game.